So I'm sure you know that the big primetime interview is coming, which they've decided to release 2 parts of early, which I don't understand. Why wouldn't you just release a clip or 2 here and there and then drop the whole thing at once? But they're milking the interview up to its release. It's, I guess, smart and at the same time, in my opinion, kind of stupid because a lot of it's already been released. So you're going to have to sit through it again, but whatever. There's been a lot to talk about just from the little bit that's come out, though. So maybe that's what they wanted. And the interesting thing about it is she's opening herself back up to more suits, which is incredibly stupid. But I think she wants this attention, to be honest. It's so strange. She says that she doesn't want it, that she hates all this attention, but then she goes out and seeks it. No matter what she does, the public isn't going to flip to her. But it's like she's so narcissistic that she thinks that she can flip people to her if she just keeps doing these interviews. She just doesn't seem to realize just people just don't believe her. And neither did the jury. So a week or 2 ago, there was an anonymous jury member on TikTok, and who knows if that was an actual jury member. We don't know. Could have been nobody. Could have been a fake. But now, it seems like the same guy went on Good Morning America, which is pretty interesting. They would have somehow, I would hope, verified that this was a real jury member. And this guy is saying the same things that TikToker said, which is pretty interesting. So it looks like that guy on TikTok might be real. So I think that TikTok might be real. I would hope and I would think Good Morning America would somehow authenticate that this guy was a jury member. I would hope. Anyway, so as you can see from the headline here, JD versus AH juror says none of them believed her crocodile tears and were uncomfortable with how she stared at them during trial as he slams her claim that they were mesmerized by JD and insists we followed the evidence. Because she's been blasting the jury. She's trying to, I don't blame them. They were mesmerized by Johnny. And that's just not the case. So they're insulted and coming out now. The male juror spoke anonymously to Good Morning America to dispel some of AH's post-trial claims. He insisted that none of the jurors looked at social media throughout the trial, much less were influenced by it. He added that they were uncomfortable with AH's emotional mood swings and how she stared at them. And she did, which was a really odd thing. Every time she said something, she just stared at them. Really weird. The jury felt that JD was more real and stable, he said, while AH was prone to crocodile tears. A turning point was when AH admitted she did not donate her $7 million divorce settlement to charity. The juror called that a fiasco, which contributed to the jury questioning her. That's what had them question her credibility. Her not donating that money was a big mistake. AH has claimed it was a trial by social media in which her popular ex-husband triumphed. She says she has always told the truth and is planning to appeal the jury's verdict. So let's go through. There's some really interesting stuff in here, and I like how the jury member points out, like, the staring was really weird. They talk about how she would cry 1 minute and then go stone cold the next, which is true. She did. They say it right here. The male juror spoke anonymously to Good Morning America to say that he and other jury members were uncomfortable with how she stared at them throughout the trial and that they struggled to believe her when she went from crying to being ice cold. So they thought she was staring at them the entire trial. That's interesting. She probably was. like giving him that, you better vote the right way. You better vote the right way. He denied her claim that it was a trial by social media, revealing that 3 of the jurors do not have Facebook or Twitter. It's really not that hard to believe, to be honest, that people don't have those things. Before I was making videos, I don't have a Facebook. And I didn't have a Twitter before that. The only reason I'm on Twitter now is because, well, I have this channel. If I didn't, I wouldn't be on social media, to be honest with you. I wouldn't be on there. The crying, the facial expressions, the staring at the jury, all of us were very uncomfortable, the man, one of 5 on the jury, said. AH has repeatedly suggested that JD only won the trial because he is more famous and likable. However, the juror on Thursday said they reached the verdict based on the evidence of the case. A lot of her story just didn't add up. The majority of the jury felt that she was the aggressor. The crying, the facial expressions that she had, the staring at the jury, all of us were very uncomfortable. She would answer one question, and she would be crying, and 2 seconds later, she would turn ice cold. Some of us used the expression crocodile tears, he said. Now, that's really interesting. And I remember everyone, when we were talking about this, we were all like, they've got to notice this, right? Who's falling for this? Because she would be crying, and then she would be ice cold the next second. And I'm so glad they noticed that. I think that this is a real jury member that's talking to them, because I would hope that they would look into it and make sure that this person is really a jury member. We followed the evidence, he said. He added that he personally did not believe JD ever hit her. One of the turning points for the jury, and this is, of course, about the $7 million divorce settlement, called it a fiasco, says that she goes on a talk show in the UK. The video shows her sitting there telling the host she gave away all that money. And the terms she used in the video clip were, I gave it away, I donated it, it's gone. But the fact is, she didn't give much of it away at all, the jury member said. H said on the stand that she used the terms pledged and donate interchangeably. The juror added that he thinks both parties mistreated one another. A lot of the jury felt at the end of the day that JD was more believable. A lot of the jury felt what he was saying at the end of the day was more believable. He just seemed a little more real in terms of how he was responding to questions. His emotional state was very stable throughout, the jury said. There's a lot of interesting stuff in here. People are just not buying it. They're not buying it. And she can do a second trial. She'll lose that one too. Though I don't think she's going to get her appeal, to be honest. I don't think she gets that appeal. I really don't. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. And I will see you on the next one. Peace. Also, if you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description. You can find some merchandise in there that you might want to check out. Also, make sure to follow me over on Twitch. I do watch parties, play video games over there. They're always fun. Follow me over there and come hang out. Also, make sure you subscribe to YellowFlash, my other channel. There's a link to that in the description as well. I do a lot of live streams over there that I don't do on this channel. Usually smaller and a little bit more personal. So make sure you follow me over there and sign up.